And we are live. So, I don't have any plans for tonight. Just hang out and let's chat and let you ask questions and have fun. And let's see if there are people going to watch. So, if you are in the chat, please say hello so I can see that there are people. So, let's go to the chat. Chat in a new frame. Hi, Mihal, Modi, and Rusek. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. And we have now officially two watchers. So please ask your questions, and you get them answered for sure. So I also gonna put the stream to Facebook, to Retro Machines, so they also can join. Let's copy that. So 11 people watching. So how are you all doing? And my chat window is not reacting. There's chat. Hi, generic green squid. Hi, Flo. Have you ever played any of the Zork games? No, I never played them. And do I have one? Yeah, I have Zork Nemesis. In a box, but I really never played it, and I don't even know where the game is about. What graphics card do you recommend for a 486 DX4 100 MHz with 60 megabytes of memory? I will use DOS and easy to find. It's a face local bus 486 or a PCI 486. Hi Elko, how are you doing? And we also have Mad Max in the house. Nice. What do you think of the performance of the Dutch Eurovision Song Festival contest? Now, I will tell you something funny. I had around 4 or 5 weeks of work and 1 week late shifts. So I didn't listen to the radio in that time. So I didn't see anything of the Eurovision Song Festival. I didn't hear any song of the Eurovision Song Festival. So I'm okay, I think. PCI video card. For 486, an ATI MAG 64 is nice. And S3 Thirds is nice. There's a lot of options. Just take an almost any PCI video card with 1, 2, maybe 4 megabyte memory will work. Hi Kim, how are you doing? Kim, I still need to watch your newest video. What was your first operating system? Yeah, the basic on the Commodore 64, and then it was MS-DOS 3.3 after that. Yes, Kim, I really need to watch that video. MAG 64 has some glitch in some Commander Keen games. Yeah, just don't play the games then. But S3 Thirds is also very nice, and you even Trident and all kinds of random cards will work. Retro Machines. Okay. AMD DX4 100 or Pentium 1 133 for retro PC DOS gaming. I think it doesn't matter that much which you choose, but the Pentium 1 is easier to find and easier to maintain with the parts. But it is just what you can find, what you should use. Did you ever accidentally fry a machine by doing something stupid? I dropped a water balloon on my keyboard once and it shorted out my dual Celeron machine. Oh, that sucks. I plugged the power from the Commodore 64 in the output for the video. And the Commodore 64 was not working anymore after it. I don't know why. Yeah, as referred 64 stuff is all good. Did we miss any important questions? The stream is really lacking for me. Is it also really lacking for others, or is it only for you? Let me... I don't think I have any downloads running now, so let's check it. Okay, for me in the US, okay. Lacking only because of Wi-Fi. Yeah, but I am not using Wi-Fi for the live stream, so only cables. Sound is sometimes stuttering. Okay, strange. I checked the sound that it was not humming, but I don't know what's no downloads, no uploads, so it should be fine. Hi Drift, how are you doing? And I see Morton in the chat and Lothar, a lot of people. 29 people watching now. Sound is fine, nice. So, what do you want to know about old computers and stuff? And maybe after the Quantum Bigfoot video, you saw that I was scrapping all kinds of computer parts, and maybe you can see the pile behind me now. That is all kinds of parts now that are broken or totally not usable, and I gonna bring them to the hardware scrapper and see how much money I will get for it. So I'm separating it now in aluminium and cables and parts and hard drive heads and PCBs and normal metal and copper, and so I'm curious to see how much I can get back from the parts. Scrapping seems to take a lot of time. Do you do it for fun, or does it make a decent amount of money? I'm doing it more for fun and just for the pocket money. I want to see if I can make more than like 100 euros with it. That would be fun. I have a lot of broken video cards still in storage, so I probably will scrap them too, because one pulled off all the coolers to put the cards to the wall, and now I have a big pile of coolers and a big pile of video cards, and probably the screws are missing, and so it's almost impossible to get them back and working again. So I'm probably gonna scrap that stuff too, and that will be a lot of materials. For my AMD K5 PR166, what sound card do you prefer? I will use Windows 95. Sound Blaster 16 would be nice, or an Sound Blaster AWE64 SE is also nice, and they are pretty cheap. You can get the CT4520, and that's a pretty decent sound card. Why did you break a Quantum Bigfoot? They break from themselves. They are not the most reliable drives, and I got a lot of get a lot of hardware in, and not all the parts are working. So yeah, then I just scrapped them, and I can show you all the hard drive heads that I scrapped so far. Then you can see how much hard drives I have written off. So I think it's around 14 hard drive heads that are in here, and on the tips there is cold wiring. So I need to talk to a friend what is the best way to get it to the scrapper. Maybe I need to cut them off or bring them in like this. I just need to ask him. But that were all broken hard drives, or at least with some errors, and I have enough hard drives that I can just scrap all the hard drives that I'm not using, or how do you say it? I have enough hard drives, so every hard drive with an error I just can throw them out, because they are not reliable anymore, and if they get one error, they probably will get more errors in the future. Hi Big Joss, how are you doing? Is it Mother's Day today? Oh, whoops. Bigfoots, they are suicidal. Yes, they are. But I have 4 working Bigfoots, and also the 6 GB versions and the 4 GB version, and the ones I scrapped was 1.2 and 2.5 GB, and really the early versions. Do you have any graphics stuff? Yeah, I have one graphics ultrasound, and let me see, can I get it to show it to you? Yes, it's here. I never used it, but let me show you the card. Oh, and I also see I need to clean it. Oh, the serial number is pretty cool. The serial number is K66666. And this is the card that I have. So I don't know what the exact model is of this one. Let me see. Ultrasound. Advanced graphics. Not sure yet which exact model it is, but I like this one, and this one I'm not gonna scrap it. I will use it someday in a video, or maybe in a build. I'm not sure yet, but I'm very careful with this, and it's in an anti-static bag. It's a classical with a socketed chip. Is that a good one? I have that Matrix V7225 video capture. I may be able to send it eventually. Oh, cool. I think it is a capture card for SDI and stuff like that, but I'm not sure yet. But there's not much to find about that card. Nice to make a Windows 3.51 retro build. Yes, I'm thinking about Windows 3.51. That would be fun. What's the specs for your modern gaming setup? And do you have even a modern gaming machine? I have a 10-core Xeon with a GTX 970 and 64 GB DDR3 memory. That is my gaming machine. and it is pretty decent for gaming. Every cuss is very good. Classics are the best in DOS. Nice. Great. I will make a DOS build with it someday. Yeah, iSpic, I think I have the big broadcast camera, and I think that also has SDI out, so I can use that camera with that capture card to see what I can do with capturing. That would be fun. And I have machines with 64-bit PCI slots, so I have a nice hardware for it. What's your least favorite question that always get asked here? Not really here, but can it play Crysis? Ah! No, I don't mind any questions. You can easily plug 16-bit IDE cards into 86. Yeah, but you can also IDE cards with CF adapters. Yeah, but I prefer just to use hard drives. And I have enough hard drives, also a lot of hard drives from, what is it, 100 to 300, 400 megabytes. So they don't work all. They don't how do you say, if I test a really small 100 megabyte drives in my test system with a Pentium 2 chip or Pentium 3, they all give errors, but then I just put them to the side because the IDE protocol is probably different, so I need to test all the old hard drives in an old system. Do you own modern PC? Yes, my 2013 10-core Xeon is my modern PC, and my streaming machine is an i7 3077K, and that's what I'm using now for this live stream. I have a Riva 128. Is it decent for my Pentium? Is it decent for my Pentium 3 866? That's not really the best combination. I think you should remove the Riva 128 and get a Matrox G400, G450, Riva TNT1 or TNT2, Voodoo 3, Voodoo 4, Voodoo 5. That would be much nicer. But also, if you find a GeForce 2 MX, I personally don't like those cards, but they will work perfectly with your Pentium 3 chip. Maybe I can make a video someday with a timeline from like 233 MHz up to 1 GHz, and what video card fits where in the timeline. I think I need to have a whiteboard here in the studio so I can write it down and show where, for example, the Matrox G400 where it in the timeline will fit and stuff like that. And then in the end of the video you have the whole board with all the video cards, and then I will make a picture and post on the internet, and people then people don't have to watch the video. Yeah, I think that also will be a popular video, and I think it's also nice, of course with the whiteboard, but also that you can show the physical cards. For example, look, we have here a Matrox G400 Max. Where does it fit in the timeline? And then, oh, it fits here. And here we have a Riva TNT2. Where does this fit? Oh, yeah, it fits in here. And I think that will be a nice video. Nice. And one from 1 gigahertz to 3 gigahertz. Yeah, but that's a problem because up to I know a lot about what hardware you can use up to 1 gigahertz and what kind of video cards fit where, and after that my interest went a little bit down. So for example, if you ask me what's the best video card for an AMD XP 2400 plus, I don't really have the answer. So up to 1 gigahertz I can really fit them in perfectly and give a good advice. Above that I'm not sure, so I will make it a video for what I know. I think that will be the best information. Yeah, for the timeline, the Riva 128 is for the first generation Pentium 2s. Yeah, if we, for example, if we put the Riva TNT, the Riva 128 in a timeline, you can put it from Pentium 2 233 up to Pentium 2 350. There's where it fits the best. If you use it as a 2D card with a Voodoo 2 setup next to it, you can go up to 450 megahertz, but there are a lot better options for faster CPUs. AMD GPU list, NVIDIA GPU list. Do you have an 386DX? Yes, let me show it to you. Here it is. This is the whole 386DX33 that I have. I don't have a motherboard for it. Oh, and I see a bent pins here. Oh, a lot of bent pins. But I have another here and only a few bent pins. But I still need to have a better storage solution for my 386 and 486 chips. I mean, for the Pentiums and up, I have now all the hard drive or the CPU trays. But for the other CPUs, I still need to have a better solution and bend all the pins back. Hi Robert, thanks for the heart. What is the biggest card you have in the collection? Yeah, I think that's just the sound cards. So, for example, I showed you already the Gravis Ultrasound. But here is another very big card, and that is the Sound Blaster AW32. That's also a pretty big and long card. So, is it longer than the Gravis? Yes. If you can see, it's even longer than the Gravis Ultrasound. So this is really a full-length card. 8 GB RAM on a 486. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, a piece of styrofoam, or just put them in a cabinet where you never come and just stack them up, and where you never move them. What build would that fit into? The AW32? Any Pentium 1 build or 486 build will work fine. For Athlon Slot A, I think Radeon, yeah, that will be work quite nice. But I'm not sure if I'm gonna put ATI cards in the timeline, because I'm not very familiar with ATI cards, so I need to check it out. The classic movie Duel? Nee, I never seen that movie. Do you use laptop or do you like laptop? I don't really use a laptop. I have a very simple Asus laptop with an i3 and 4 GB memory and an 11-inch screen just for a holiday, or if I go away and I need to have something. But I'm not. I had a MacBook Pro in 2006 and it was quite nice, but after all the batteries and chargers I was a bit done with it. And I have an IBM ThinkPad. I think it's an X40 from 2005, and that's a quite nice laptop. It's more like a very expensive netbook, so small screen, small hard drive, but the CPU is quite nice, and Pentium M 1.6 GHz with 1.25 GB memory. So it was really maxed out for that time. I'm new to the retro PC hobby. Welcome, welcome. I'm not too familiar with anything yet. Just watch my videos. I mean, in every video, or almost every, or some videos of me, you will learn a bit about old computers. Hello everyone. Nice dick. Growing up, my parents had a Packard Bell Legend desktop, since the older PCs have interest. Oh, nice. What kind of specs? Do you still know what kind of specs that Packard Bell was? Do you have plans to build a 386 retro build with Windows 3.51? No, not really. I'm not really a fan of the 386, so it's not on high priority. And the only 386 I had, which I tested in a few videos ago, or maybe 3 weeks ago, that went out to be one with a lot of issues. So I was thinking maybe to put Windows 3.11 on that 386 and make it a little build, but too much issues with that system for now to make a video with it. 100 MHz Pentium Packard Bell, nice. How long have you been? I think. Wait. Let me see how long I have it now. I have it now for 4.5 centimeters. So that's my answer, 4.5 centimeters. Oh wait, it's now it's more close to 5, because this part of the measuring thing is also yeah, 5 centimeters beard is my answer. Kalmar, nice. I know you love your compact keyboards. Do you have a favorite retro PC computer maker? Nah. I prefer, yeah, self-built systems. That's my thing. It's not that I say, oh, I like Packard Bell or HP or Compaq, or, but I like, if I need to choose, I like the workstation grade compact systems and workstation grade digital systems, and then just the x86 stuff, and of course the server grade compact stuff is also nice. When you're too lazy to buy a new computer and all you upgrade is RAM specs, Pentium 2. I don't understand your question. Uh, have you been using Windows XP before? Yes, of course I used it. I used it also when it was on the market. But I waited as long as I could with running Windows 2000 till I think I was playing Battlefield 2, and that was not really compatible with Windows 2000 anymore, or there were some issues, so I upgraded then to Windows XP. What do you say about dual socket 2-tin system for retro machines? They are nice. I like dual 2-tins, and I have an Asus server board with two 1400 megahertz CPUs, but that system doesn't have HCP, so that's a little bit a miss. But I probably gonna end up with a Voodoo 5 PCI in it. But it has 4 GB SD RAM, so that's quite nice, and SCSI on board and network and all the stuff. Oh wait, I'm gonna make the chat a little bit bigger. Yeah, a lot of questions. Hey Harold, how are you doing? Is this the Star Wars Lego, Harold? I'm not doing that much with my Lego right now, but I have one special thing made out of Lego, and I use it to make videos. So let me get it. It's quite big. Let me put it here. Maybe you can see it now. This is it's my Lego track. It's around 1.2 meters, and it is for my motorized slider to move my camera in videos. So the 1998 and the 1999 build were shot with Lego to move my camera. And let me see, the dolly that is driving here with Lego motors is now up on a shelf, so I can't show it to you. But this is the current Lego that I'm using sometimes. And as you can see, this is probably around 150 euros on Lego parts. So it's not the cheapest solution. But you can always rebuild it to something else. Harold, why are you doing that? You probably will get really rich if you sell all your Star Wars Lego. Lego Racer 1 and 2 soon. Do I have... I forget, do I have Lego Racer? But is it cheaper than actual track? If you get a really... Now, the motorized sliders are not cheap. They are probably 500 euros and up. So the Lego version is still cheaper. And with Lego you can always build something else of it. And the value will never be less than with Lego. I bought a Lotus. What kind of Lotus, Harold? Harold, I remember the time that we were in Berlin and went to the old car museum. That was quite nice after the Lego event. Hi Hassan, how are you doing? Lego is expensive outside of Denmark, sadly. But in Denmark, Lego is also expensive because Denmark is a really expensive really expensive country. Uh, the yellow one in the picture, but the picture is like a quarter of a post stamp. So let me check it. Oh, nice. The small. Yeah, of course, Lotus is always a small car, but nice. What kind of engine has the Lotus have? Everyone on retro machines loves how you say scusi. Nice. Hey Victor. Hey Renew. How are you doing? I admire that collection on your right. Wait. Is this my right or is this my right? I'm not sure for the viewer what my right is. So the big pile of cases or the big pile of computer trash? 200 horsepower and 850 kilos. Nice. My car has only 140 horsepower, but a 5-cylinder, and I know, but I think it's 1300, 1400 kilos. Harold, where do you live? We need to go for a ride. You should do on modern games on a Pentium 4 video. I'm not gonna torturing myself. 850 Volvo, no, and V70, so it's almost an 850. Are you going to make a Draw My Life video? No. No, I don't gonna. Then you can see that my life is really boring and that I'm not doing much. So now maybe it's better not to make one. Yes, Morten. Denmark is really expensive. But I like Denmark, and one of my best friends lives in Denmark. Ah, Dordrecht. That is not far away. Come over and bring your cameras. Yeah, that's a good plan. And then, from which year is your car? Then we can do a Retro Machines car edition video, because it's probably an older car. What do you do besides YouTube in terms of work? I drive on a truck for my work, but I really want to go full time on YouTube, so every support you can give me is really appreciated. But I just need to have enough uploads, and so then my channel will grow. There's a good growth in it, and I just released 2 videos, and I shot one video for Dutch Video Shooter today about Dutch windmills, but I shot it with my GH5 in anamorphic, so for the video nerds they will get what anamorphic is, but that is really widescreen, so it's like 2.4 by 1 ratio. 2006. We can consider that almost retro. Nice. A retro machine built out of Lego. I can probably build a retro machine out of Lego. And as Harold knows, I can make the whole machine from one color if I want. So I have enough Lego to build a computer case. Like maybe even the Open Big Tower, I can rebuild that one from Lego in one color. Or maybe 2 color with nice stuff instead of all the colors mixed up, because that's really ugly. My cars are from 91, 94. I join. I have a car from 1965 and from 2000. So both have 5-cylinder engines. What beard care products do you use? I have a special stuff, and it comes out of the tap. It's water, and you can just wash them. And if I take a shower, I put shampoo on my head and in my beard, and that's all I use for my beard. Windmills nice in your country. Yes, they. My uncle is now how do you say, apprentice windmiller, so he is learning the craft of the old style Dutch windmilling with the sails on the on it and the ropes and to move it around for the wind and stuff like that. So I went there with my father just to see it because there was an open day, but we got special access also really in the top of the windmill where the big the big wheels are turning around and stuff. But they didn't want to have the public there because it's quite dangerous. If you put your hand on the wrong spot, you lose your hand. So, but we had a special tour, and I will upload a video around, I think it will be 2 minutes, just nice shots of the windmills and the millers working with the sails and stuff like that, and the wheels turning around, and I will upload that to Dutch Video Shooter. So if you want to see that video, please subscribe to my second channel, Dutch Video Shooter. I contact you, Phoebe. Let's make an epic drive, an epic video, and you can also take my old PC stuff back home. That's a nice deal. Harold, do we still have each other on Facebook, or did you ditch your Facebook? Then maybe that's the easiest way to contact me. Do you remember Cyrex CPUs? We could use a third competitor to AMD and Intel today. Yeah, I think everyone reminds them for the bad performance in Quake 2. Yeah, I still need to find a 486 SLC25 on a baby AT motherboard, because I had one back in the days and that was quite fun system. It was not quick, but it was nice. Facebook, what's that? My first CPU was a Pentium 166 MMX, but as I upgraded to an AMD, I found it was a Cyrex 166 Plus inside. That sucks. Been to the US before? I have been in the US 2 times, and it was 2 times on Houston Airport for 4 hours, an overlay to Costa Rica and from back to Costa Rica. So officially I went to the US, but only for 8 hours in 2 trips. But there's a funny thing in the US on the airport. You have always waiting lines for US citizens, for outside of US. But on the line for US citizens on Houston Airport, there is US citizens and Dutch citizens. And the rest of the people of the whole world need to go in line with the rest of the world. So Dutch people on Houston, I think it was in 2011, get a special line with the American citizens. That was really confusing for me. My first house computer we all shared was a 486 Gateway, but the same year I built my own PC because I was hawking it. Yeah, and that is the house the family PCs never worked because you always wanted to be on the computer, and then your brother came. I always also want to be on the computer, and then you fight, and then your parents came, they take away the machine. Don't fight around the computer, and no. The US is confusing in general. Yes, it is. Me, my computer is water cooled. Friend, I'm going to do that too. Friend, put water bottle in computer. Me, I had a PC all for me. What? Did you kicked out all your family members? Has anyone here been to Latvia? No, never. I finally fixed my Raspberry Pi. It has someone network. Oh, nice! You done a lot of stuff, Dexter. Do you own any retro Apple stuff? Yeah, I own a retro Apple with a hard drive and documentation and stuff. And let me see. I can show you maybe one of the. Wait. I also have a book with it. For example, I think the manuals are more than the whole machine. I have the Macintosh hard drive management book, and there's really a lot of info. But the machine itself, let me check what it was. I still need to try it out, but I'm scared to blow it up. It is an... Yeah. Uh-oh, my games are falling down. I have a Macintosh Plus with a 20 gigabyte SCSI hard drive in an external unit. And I saw on eBay that the external hard drive unit, they ask more than 200 euros for it. That's a lot of money for a 20 megabyte SCSI hard drive in an external unit. And the funny thing with the documentation is that I have documentation about the SCSI cable, and it is not one paper, but it's a whole book about the SCSI cable for the machine. I mean, it's just plug, and go. Not really plug and play, but it's just a connection cable. You don't need a whole manual for a connection cable. Is SCSI compatible with Pentium 3 PCs or no? Yes, it's absolutely compatible with Pentium 3 PCs. And I think it's the Pentium 3 period with SCSI is really the right way to go. Mom was angry a lot because she couldn't use the phone. Yeah, I have been there with the telephone line stuff, and yeah, they didn't like that that much in the family. Is SCSI better than regular IDE? It's just higher quality, of course. It uses less of the CPU. You can connect more devices. It's made for higher speeds. There's a lot of advantages with it. Only the price was much higher. Yet Hassan a whole book about the SCSI cable. So probably if I make a video about that Apple machine, I will probably also make a video about the documentation. For example, what kind of books we have with it and stuff like that, but I'm not sure yet, and I don't have any knowledge about the Mac, so if I run into problems, oh wait, I have the documentation, but that will be a very long video where, oh, I have an error, let me see, I have here the documentation, where can I find what it is? So I probably will end up with someone that knows more about Apple and make the video together with that person. So yeah, SCSI cards are cheap as chips. Yes, if you can get SCSI stuff, just buy some of it, play with it. It's quite fun. There are facial localbus SCSI cards. I don't own one, but I like to own one. So if someone has a facial localbus SCSI card, you can always donate it to me because they are pretty hard to find. Don't make a video about it. Oh, or a video about only the book of the SCSI cable. Most of my retro PC stuff comes from thrift shops, trash, or donated from family. That's the best way to get retro stuff. What does SCSI look like? Cable, hard drives. Now, I can show you a SCSI hard drive. The hard drive itself looks really similar to a normal hard drive because they are the same size. But for the connector here is different because this is 86 pin SCSI. So it's more different connector, of course. But the power is the same, and only on the most SCSI hard drives have the tiny jumpers to set the IDs. So you don't have master and slave, but you have IDs from 0 to 15 with ultra wide SCSI, and with normal SCSI 50 pins, it's ID 0 to 7, but that doesn't matter that much. But with the tiny jumpers you set the ID of the device, so you can set a hard drive on ID 0, and a hard drive on ID 1, ID 2, ID 3, so on one cable you can have a lot of devices. But it looks the same, only the connectors are different, and sometimes you have lower end hard drives that you both have in SCSI and in IDE. But this is, for example, on 10,000 RPM 18 GB hard drive, and you don't have them in IDE. Thrift shops never have old stuff here. They refuse the AT stuff. The problem with thrift shops and old computers is that they also have seen that the hardware scrapping business is pretty good for them. So they just collect the old systems and put them directly to the scrapper instead of putting them for sale. So that is for them more profit and easier profit. But for the idea of the thrift shop for helping people to get cheap stuff, that's not really the purpose anymore. So I don't like the thrift shops that really are more like a business now instead of helping the people. The thrift shops near me have to sell what they take, and employers can't buy anything from the stores. That's the right method, but what, for example, what in the Netherlands happens if a thrift shops get something that's expensive, like an item that is worth $100, $200, maybe $300, like a special standing lamp from a designer. It doesn't end up in the shop, but it ends up on the internet, and they gonna sell it just on eBay or in the Netherlands or Marktplaats, instead of just to put it in the shop and put, for example, okay, this is a designer lamp, it's worth more, so let's put 30 euros on it. No, that they don't do that. They sell that lamp online for 150 euros. Uh, do you own a very vintage computer like Commodore VIC-20 or Commodore 64? No, I don't own anything like that. And I'm also not really into the Commodore 64 anymore, so I don't want one right now. In my country there isn't. Where do you live, Lord Gontard? What were some of the best deals you get on retro PC stuff? I got donated a Voodoo 5 5500 for free. I got the Gravis Ultrasound for free. I got the AWE 64 Colt 2 for free. I got Asus P2B DS's for free. I got an Abit BE62 from a dumpster, I think. I can go on for a while. So I also have GeForce 2 cards, Ultras and stuff for free, and Voodoo 3s for free. I got AWE 32s for free, Soundblaster Lives inbox for free. So yeah. How much you got paid from your job truck? I have a decent salary, but I also work a lot of hours. Is there a different variant of SCSI? I have seen SCSI like IDE, but also with more pins. Yeah, you have more than one cable variant, but the most common versions is the 50 pins, so it's just a wider connector like the IDE, but then with 50 pins. That is normal SCSI, or I think it's called Ultra SCSI. And you have 86 pins. That's a newer standard, and that is also much faster. And that's Ultra Wide SCSI or Ultra 2 Wide of Ultra 160. So you have 50 pins and 86 pins. I love the retro PC hobby because people pass on these items we like. People near me buy Pentium 4's a new PC and live the Pentium 3 stuff. Nice. But maybe when I have the whiteboard in my studio, I can make an episode about how to set up SCSI with just an one card, one hard drive, and one CD-ROM player. So really basic, but then people can get an understanding what it is about and how you can set it up, and maybe that's interesting. Yeah, there were many kinds of SCSI, of course, but in the cabling, in the internal cabling, it's 50 and 86 pins for the most of it, but the external cabling, that totally gets crazy, and all kinds of variants. Let me see. Be nice to see new classic PCs, DOS base ACOM released as a hobby kit. I'm not really into stuff like that, so probably not on my channel. Yeah, an introduction to SCSI would be nice, but not sure if I will make it or if I give the right information. But I can think if I don't go into really in depth, but just a basic overview. Okay, you can get this part, this hard drive, this CD-ROM player, you need this cables, and you can make this out of it. I think that can be simple enough for people to understand. But but I need to get up early tomorrow, so any last questions to ask, because I don't gonna make the live stream much longer, and we are now on 1 hour, and that's a nice nice time. So any last questions, so I can answer them in the next 5 minutes. 486 has to be one of the best non-risk systems. Yeah, 486 is pretty nice. Stick, it's also nice to see you here on the live stream and hang out with us all. So for people that are not already on the Retro Machines Facebook page, please join that group, because then you have we have now more than 7,000 people about retro computers, so it's really a nice community. You haven't asked anyone to smash the like button. Yes, smash that like button. And how many likes do we have now? Because let me first see. Oh, it's not showing up here. How many likes do we have? Not. We need to triple, double, quadruple the likes. 28 likes, and we have 28 likes and 50 people watching. So we at least need 2 more likes. 38, nice. and like also the smash button. Nice, the likes are growing. No Facebook here, I'm old. But now you have the live stream where you can see other people. What's the most type of hardware you hate? I hate GeForce 2 MX cards. I hate Realtek cards. I hate all the low-end crap, and if I say that, people will really get upset. 5 missing. Ah. Oh, we lost viewers. Oh no, they are back. Hi, Dr. Drax. How are you? Soon safe turn of the computer. Do you hate TNT M64? Yes, I hate them. I hate them a lot. No, they just don't make sense. They are so much nice video cards, and then you want to use a TNT M64? What? That doesn't make sense. There are so much better video cards. Yeah, I still have my Unimog. I also need to finish it. I really hate barrel batteries and socketed RTCs. That's true. That's true. The leaking batteries and the socketed are, yes, that's a big pain in the butt. I scored a Rage Fury Max. Nice. The only reason why I have a TNT M64, it came inside a retro machine. I have had 10 TNT M64s, so I think it's now 2 years ago. I was getting a lot of retro parts from someone, and he said, okay, you can take this whole pile of parts with you, but you also need to take this box with 10 Riva TNT M64s. So I took the box just to help him off the parts. Kannst du mal Dutch reden? Nein! I can't speak German! Come on, let him go to sleep. I will be fine. I probably won't gonna sleep because the last 6 weeks I didn't woke up any day early. So, and tomorrow I need to stay. My alarm clock goes around 4 a.m. Oh, that will be not good. Yell in the mic. 9! Are you married? No, I'm not married. Get a Twitter account to help you announce when you YouTube live streams and new videos. I have a Twitter account. Yeah, I have 2 accounts, but one with my name. I don't gonna mention the other one, but I don't use Twitter that much. I'm not really liking the. I'm not really liking the Twitter stuff. So, I think we're gonna end the live stream. Because, from what country do you come? I'm from the Netherlands. So, I hope you all enjoyed the live stream. And it was a nice chat with you all. I had a lot of fun. So, join Rachel Machines on Facebook. Join 3DFX Voodoo user group on Facebook. My new channel only about 3DFX. That's pretty nice. Really small community still, but really focused only on 3DFX. So, like the videos, watch my video about the CPU trace, watch the video about the Quantum Bigfoot, but don't expect a review like some people did mention in the comments. And I probably will upload a new video on this channel half this week because I have 2 days off in the middle of the week. So I probably will make videos then because that's fun. Hi Dennis. Yeah, you can watch it back and maybe I'm not sure if it's interesting to watch it back, but this one will be not that long, so. Hi Rusek, welcome back. I'm just leaving. I'm really sorry. I hope you don't hate me for that. Yeah, let's end this live stream. So, are you ready for the big moment, for the last thing of the day? Oh wait, we need. I had an idea in my head, but I forget it to prepare it. So I need to make it now happening. So let's go on my phone to YouTube because I need an ending sound. Search. Yeah. Wait, no. I'm working on it. You will be amazed by the quality of this ending. Okay. Yeah. Are you ready for it? Wait. Yeah. Wait. I'm not sure if this is going to work. Yeah. What was that all? Wait. Let's find another one. It's load. the Windows 98 and theme song is pretty stupid. Oh wait, it's now loading something else. Let's put away the telephone with all the sound effects. So, I will see you later. Have a nice day.